That's the Twin Snakes. We have 3 competitors today. We got Plywood, the GDQ veteran. We got SylvanEd, and we got Aerlien. Now, Furry, my co-host here, you've got you got more experience than me here, and you know these guys a little better than I do. How do you feel like this is gonna go?
First of all, hi. Really excited to do this. I think it's gonna be a close race because Plywood has been running this game a lot, given that he was running it at GDQ, and Aerlien might be a bit rusty because he hasn't touched the game. He's been doing other stuff. So it's gonna be a close race between all 3 of them, and Sylvan has been cutting down his time significantly. He's almost in the sub-hour club now. So this is going to be a close race. This is going to be, but Aerlien is the world record holder, so you have to keep that in mind. But he's rusty, so both of these guys have a chance to upset him.
All right. So Twin Snakes, for those who don't know, is the MGS1 remake for the GameCube, built basically off of the same engine as MGS2 with, I think, a few minor changes, right?
Yes, for controls, yes.
Yeah. So if you like MGS2 with the story of MGS1, this is the game for you. Some silly cutscenes that we won't be seeing and won't be mentioning anymore.
Yes. So what you saw everyone do there is change their settings to previous, which allows you to switch to your previous weapon by pressing in the right trigger, and that's important for the speed run. You don't want to unequip. So everyone did that, I hope, and everyone has disc 1, I hope, not disc 2, because the game lets you start on disc 2, and then it's just gonna ask for disc 1 and lose you a ton of time. Looks like the race just started. So
yep.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes of the race, as you can imagine if you played MGS1, is that nothing. You can't really lose time. You just have to wait for the elevator to come down. I imagine all these players will expertly handle the guards here and have no issues because you already know their movement patterns. We do have to get the M9, which is in the locker up there in case you didn't know. Aerlien doing his classic double hold up, holding up 2 guards with pointing, showing off an interesting mechanic there that you can point the gun between the 2 guards and hold both of them up.
So the M9, not usually a thing you'd see in an MGS1 run. Added thanks to the remake, which makes some things slightly easier. Of course, in normal, the runners, I'm assuming, won't be over-reliant on it.
The interesting thing is the M9 does do more damage in some instances. For example, for Ocelot, the M9 does more damage to his stamina bar than the SOCOM does to his health bar. So it is a part of the run.
Yeah.
Yes, and in certain rooms, you have to shoot a guard, and using the SOCOM will alert them, whereas using the M9 will dispose them quietly and save time. So it's definitely needed in the run.
So as you mentioned, the docks, the first segment of the game here for about the first 2 minutes or so, not really anything they can do to speed it up. Just don't get caught.
Yes, at exactly 1:57 on the timer, the elevator's going to come down, and that's about it. Oh, well, 1:56 if you're fast at skipping and mashing start and skipping the codec. So yeah, getting in this elevator is tricky sometimes because this guard has like a weird line of vision, but everybody gets inside, no problems. Runs have been lost there. That guard sometimes spots you, so that's an early scare that was avoided. So I'm not sure if Aerlien turned his radar off, because that's how currently the fastest runners will turn radar off to skip Mei Ling explaining how the radar works. It saves like 7 seconds. But I'm not sure if everyone did that here. We'll see.
Yeah, I was actually watching Plywood stream this a little bit earlier before the race here to do some practice, and he was mentioning about the radar. So I'm
it looks
assuming,
like, yeah, everyone did skip it. So nice.
Yeah.
This is very optimal. So yes, you just run at this guard and you shoot him 3 times. Oh, Plywood, no. Plywood got the camera cutscene. It's okay though. It loses like 1 second. But yeah, you're supposed to shoot the guard. Plywood shot the wall behind the guard, so the guard turned around. It's very technical, but you can avoid that. Snake noticing the camera. You can avoid that if you play that just right. That's okay. You don't lose much time if you don't.
And both Plywood and Aerlien are in the ducts, and they're swapping the M9 on and off. And care to explain that one?
Yes. So the crawl animation goes by faster if you're swapping and unswapping, because it skips the slower part of the animation. So you keep getting the initial fast part of the animation, and then you cancel the animation by changing your weapon. So it lets you crawl about 13% faster, and you have to do it about 6 times per second. Exactly. If you do it any more or less, you're slower. So they're trying to do it exactly 6 times per second to crawl a bit faster. And doing that lets you get here early enough that you can just run to the elevator. Like if they hadn't done that, the guard would have been in their way and would have spotted them. So
yeah,
it's actually necessary there.
Yeah, in most Metal Gear games, cycles are very important for the speedruns. So Twin Snake's no different. Always trying to manage those cycles, keep ahead of the game.
Yes. So yeah, Aerlien and Plywood are neck and neck, and Sylvan isn't so far behind. I mean, his time, because the timers are off, it looks like he's behind, but he's not really. He's actually, all three of these runners are super close, and that's what you would expect, because you can't really lose much time before you get to the quote-unquote DARPA chief here.
Yeah. For those who may not be familiar with the story, Snake here sent to the Fox Archipelago in Shadow Moses Island to stop an uprising by Foxhound, led by his doppelganger twin, Liquid Snake. And his first stop is to rescue the DARPA chief. But if you know anything about the games, this is not actually the DARPA chief. This is Decoy Octopus in disguise.
Where is it? Yes, we'll never know. But anyway, here you're going to see a really tough execution part coming up. So far, it's just been running, to the next destination. But the guard encounter that's coming up requires, first of all, there's a setup where we line up guards behind each other, so we can just pop 2 headshots, hit both of them. That setup is easy. Everybody should get that. But then after that, nailing the headshots is kind of hard. You have to aim using controls, like the analog stick, but you have to quickly move to their headshot them. And you would do this for I believe there's 10 guards. And so yeah, you pick up the SOCOM, set up the double headshot. Plywood, I think he missed that one guy on the left. Oh, this is not going well.
Yeah, okay. Plywood ended up hitting the first guard's arm and had to take a second shot to kill him. And then the second guy moved along. So unlike Extreme, there's no real risk of running out of ammo here, because we grab the Slocker ammo on the left. But it still loses time every time you miss a shot. The guards are pesky; they'll shoot at you, losing more time. And here we set up along the hallway here to shoot them as they're running in, kind of snipe their heads. Aerlien's having a little trouble down there with the fire extinguisher. Sometimes Meryl shoots the fire extinguisher and it stuns you. So thanks a lot, Meryl. Yeah, he also had one slip past him, which and that guy ended up knocking him over, which was a little unfortunate.
Like I said, he's rusty, man. He's the world record holder, but you can overcome that because of the rust.
So Plywood coming out of the guard encounter, just barely ahead, looks like.
3 ration drops for Aerlien. Yes, that's quite rare for that many rations to drop. I think the game knows that Aerlien's rusty, so he's like, here you go.
So it's a little hard to tell with the timer differences here for SylvanEd, but I think he and Plywood are pretty much on top of each other, and Aerlien, due to the knockdown and the fire extinguisher, is just barely trailing behind.
Yes, Plywood is clearly in the lead here. So we're gonna go pick up the C4 in the middle room here on the B2, basement 2 of the armory, and we're gonna blow up the walls here to get to Ocelot. But we have to do it in a way that knocks Snake into the wall. That there, Plywood did it, Aerlien did it. We use the C4's explosion to knock us through the loading trigger as it's blowing up the wall. The physics of that is quite interesting.
That is some optimization right there.
So Onslaught is the easiest fight in gaming history. You just pull out the M9, shoot in the head 3 times, and it's over.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect.
Plywood gets the 3 shots easy because he's been running Extreme, where you only have 3 shots there, and if you miss, the run is over. So he's had plenty of practice for that. Sylvan misses his first shot. It's okay. On normal, it's okay to miss. This is another shot. You won't lose the run. So I hope everyone remembers to call Meryl. Very important.
Very important. I have limited experience in running MGS1, the original, and I can't tell you how many times I forgot to call Meryl while I was still in the armory.
It's definitely happened to many runners, but these guys they know what they're doing. They're gonna try and land exactly on her frequency, but that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Somehow Aerlien has caught up. No, he hasn't. He just called earlier. Okay, the codec confused me. Okay, now we have the laser hole. This is a really dangerous part of the run because I think they're gonna attempt the dangerous strat, which is rolling through the first 3 and then crawling through the last 2. That's very precise. The less precise one is to roll through the first 2 and then shoot the next 3. That one's easy. So it'd be interesting to see which one they go for. The hard, dangerous one or the easy and not so fast one.
All right, Plywood taking the safer route. Aerlien nailing the riskier strat.
Yeah, the quote-unquote YOLO lasers, which he pioneered. Of course, he's going to go for his own strat. And Plywood taking it a bit safer. It is a race after all. You don't want to game over here.
Absolutely not. And Sylvan also going for the safer variant.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense in a race to do this.
Yeah, so these guys are coming up on the tank now.
Yes, the tank requires very precise manipulation. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand in a single spot and try to shoot the guy in the head as he comes out. And if we don't get a full damage shot on him, it gets bad, which Aerlien didn't. The first one's okay. The first one's lenient. Now every shot has to be a full damage shot. If you shoot him in the shoulder, it's going to be a half damage shot. That won't work. So yeah, Aerlien had to shoot quite a few times, but he did get a full damage shot. He got another one. Everyone's doing fine already so far.
Sylvan looking like he's having a tiny bit of trouble here. Plywood and Aerlien are both on their second gunner.
Yeah, the tank fight is notorious for being difficult. But that's for Extreme. The normal tank fight is actually a breeze, if you ask me. Plywood's through it, no problem.
Yep.
Aerlien's done. Sylvan doesn't seem to be having much of an issue either. So we're going to see a clip here. We skipped the codec call from Naomi telling us we can't use our weapons. It's because that call only happens when you're flat on the ground, crawling through there, and we skipped through there by doing the sitting clip glitch. Then use chaff grenades to avoid them calling in an alert. That's something Tyler came up with.
Like I said, I was watching Plywood practice this a little bit earlier, and he had a little bit of a trouble with the second guard up the top of the stairs. So he can't really bump up into him using the strat he did, whereas Aerlien just kind of walked up and gave him a bump on the noggin.
Yeah, Aerlien rolls up there at the top of the stairs, which is very risky because the guy can kick you and knock you down, and then you get the codec call that you waited earlier. So it's risky to go for that roll. Rolls upstairs obviously save a little bit of time, but that one's really risky. Okay, so we're coming up on the blowing up the generator part in the gas room for Aerlien and Plywood. Sylvan's going through the chaff room.
Sylvan is in danger here. If that guard calls in the alert, yep, he can't move on the elevator.
Oh god, he has to go stop that guard. Oh no, Sylvan, please get through. Oh god, oh my god, no, this is bad. Sylvan's gonna have to take it. Continue.
Yeah, and he also takes the code I called it. They all skipped.
It's like, adding insult to injury at this point.
Yeah.
If you mess up this room, it gets really bad.
So a very, very minor optimization for taking the continue. He did actually equip the cigarettes so that he's taking constant life damage on top of losing the health from the gas.
Yes.
So that's a good heads-up play on his end. Still very unfortunate they had to take the continue in the first place, though.
Yeah, that room, you can't sleep on that room. That room can get real tricky. On the ninja here, we have to, to manipulate him, we have to shoot him with the Nikita, which prevents him from going to his second phase. He stays in phase 1 where he's much easier to fight. He's not running around everywhere. And to do optimal damage to him, you have to do 2 punches with a gun out, and then switch to the Nikita before the kick lands. And that does optimal damage. So that's what both these runners are doing.
Plywood actually missed his Nikita kick on one of these cycles, so he's a little bit behind on that.
Yes, optimally you would have 8 cycles here, but if you miss a kick, you get extra cycles. It doesn't change the...
Aerlien actually, I think, blew himself up too, so they're both kind of not exactly the most optimal ninja fight we could be seeing here, but still very, very good.
Yes. So yeah, those rations are going to come in handy for Aerlien. But so yeah, right before he's about to die, we let him go into phase 2 because he technically cannot die in phase 1, so we have to let him progress to phase 2 and give his long speech. And then they're just going to go in and finish him off.
Well, Plywood with his extra cycle went for the swag roll. Why not?
There's low enough health that you can just roll through him. Sylvan's going through the Nikita part, which should be easy, but sometimes it trips people up. But most experienced runners will have no problem there.
Yeah, he actually he tossed the chaff. Looked like.
We're clearing up the inventory, so we don't have to menu through it later.
Right.
Optimization. Right. And now, let's not count someone out of the race here, because the RNG in this game can be so different that he can still catch up if he gets good RNG, and Aerlien and Play would get bad RNG, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, as is the case with most Metal Gear games, bosses can definitely be a major stumbling block for even experienced runners. Sometimes it's a lot of improvisation involved. So any sort of bad luck or bad cycle could definitely bring anyone back into the game.
Mm-hmm. So now they're going to go back up to the B1 floor and alert Meryl, which you can do simply by tapping on the wall inside the office area. And then chase her down to the women's bathroom. Pretty easy. Nothing, shouldn't be any trouble for anyone.
Now, Sylvan actually looks like he got the ninja in a complete loop.
Sylvan's controlling the fight really well.
Yeah. So that's really good for him. And meanwhile, Plywood and Aerlien are both making their way towards the Mantis fight.
Mm-hmm. The Mantis fight probably needs a lot of explanation. Even for people who are running this, might not fully understand what's going on for the Mantis fight. We try to control. We know where he's going to teleport to, so we kind of we manipulate that by moving and aiming certain ways, and we want to line up our headshot before he even gets there. So our aim is already, or should already be, where his head's going to pop up, and then we're ready to shoot him as soon as he pops up. And after 3 headshots, he goes to the middle, does the furniture thing, and that's when we shoot him in the leg or head a couple of times. But the first 3 shots are very important because they have to be manipulated. His movement has to be manipulated.
All right. So let's see how they all handle this.
Yeah. So if they miss any headshots, then the fight can go really bad.
And of course, the very famous blackout scene, staple of the first game. So that's 1, 2, and 3 for Plywood. I think he actually missed the third headshot. I think he hit him in the shoulder.
Oh yes, he did miss the third headshot, but the third one is the one that doesn't matter that much because he doesn't get away from you. He still gets hit, goes to the center.
All right,
So
so
yeah, the
phase
rest
one.
of this fight is actually not too hard because you just shoot right above Meryl's head and you hit Mantis. Yeah.
And Sylvan making his way towards Mantis now.
Oh,
While,
was there a phantom hit? I missed that. Blue. Yeah, the rest of this Mantis fight should be pretty easy. Because Mantis doesn't move very much after the first phase. He just stands there and complains.
and you'll notice that the runners are actually shooting his right leg. I've heard it said that that's a secondary weak point for whatever reason.
Yes. His right leg is just as weak as his head. And not really sure why that is. I'm sure there's some story reason for that, but I'm not familiar with it. So now we're in the infamous caves part for Aerlien and Plywood, where the dogs are the menace of everybody who runs this. They're like, there's many clips of people raging at the dogs because despite our best efforts to find ways to not get hit by them, we still manage to get hit by them.
Plywood has an exceptionally clean cave, first trip cave. No dog missiles for him. Aerlien looks like he got through cleanly as well, and they're shooting Meryl and rolling through her to avoid that small "what's wrong, Snake" cutscene.
Right. Now, it can go wrong. That is it can very easily go wrong, and lose a lot of time. But it didn't go wrong there.
SylvanEd actually looks like he's having a little bit of a trouble spot with Mantis first phase here.
Oh yes, if Mantis gets away, then the fight becomes much harder.
So again, he's aiming for that right leg, while the chairs spin gracefully. So caves 2. Oh, Plywood takes a dive. Dog missile number 1.
These dogs are scarier than Metal Gear. They're the real weapons of mass destruction.
All right, so Aerlien able to catch a couple of seconds off of that one. I think he got through cleanly, from what it appears.
So a big ease of life improvement for Twin Snakes over the original is that there's a second sniper rifle in the office building, the PSGT-1, the tranquilizer sniper rifle, and you don't have to trek all the way back to the armory to get a sniper rifle for sniper bolts. You can just go here.
Yeah, Twin Snakes in general cuts about half an hour of backtracking out of the run.
Yes.
Makes it a whole lot nicer as a speed run, on top of
Yes.
the updated movement and other mechanics.
Mm-hmm. I believe the story reason for that sniper rifle being there is that one of the workers in the office wanted to tranquilize the dogs in the caves or something. I'm not sure, but there's a reason for it being there other than just convenience. So you think why there particularly? It's an office area.
All right, so Sylvan making his first trip through the caves while Plywood's on his second lap here. Able to avoid the dogs again.
Yeah, it's kind of easier to avoid them, I think, on the second run through for whatever reason.
Twin Snakes Dogs Horde mode sounds a lot scarier than Gears of War.
So, Sniper Wolf is mostly RNG. Where she's gonna be, how long she's gonna hide. This is where the RNG comes in. The actual execution of this fight is really easy. She, at least on normal, she gives you plenty of time to shoot her head. Aerlien has some good RNG. Yeah, she stayed in the same spot. She didn't even move. I don't know what Aerlien's doing with the menuing. This is perhaps some new Aerlien tech.
So looks like Aerlien caught up and is taken the ever so slight lead here.
Yes.
Due simply to RNG, which is incredible.
Yes.
But
you might have noticed they switched to the sniper there when they rolled in. And that's just extremely technical, and it'll allow them to quick swap to something or other when they come out. I forget, but that was deliberate.
yeah, in the case of MGS2, there are certain cutscenes which forgets your currently equipped weapon but remembers your previous weapon.
Yes.
So I'm assuming it's something like that.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. So yes, instant surrender. Snake surrenders before he's even like Ocelot doesn't even lay a finger on him and he surrenders.
Yeah,
Very
speedrun
nice.
Snakes of Wuss. And here we learn that the DARPA chief has been dead for quite a long time. Well, the real DARPA chief, I should add. This is one of the longest codecs in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Another contender would be when Naomi calls you right before you fight Metal Gear. That one's very long. We've been trying to skip that one. So here, you can skip Johnny's sneezes. He stops when he sneezes, so you can skip him stopping by overriding his sneeze code with like dialogue, because he can't talk and sneeze at the same time, right?
I
So
mean,
if you can get him, I mean, a real person could, but in the game, I'd be too much trouble. So if he's talking, it overrides his sneeze. He doesn't sneeze. And sneezing makes him stop. So if you can keep him annoyed at us and yelling at us, he goes by faster. So it's, that's why they're knocking. It's not just to annoy him.
and
Got
Sylvan gets a dog missile and two dog missiles in one go. If he's not careful, he'll catch a third. All right, he gets through.
Sometimes those dogs will like cycle you. Like one will knock you down and then the other one will, and it just keeps going forever. Like you have to like run away from them, shoot them, something. They can cycle you there.
The infamous Twin Snakes dog stun lock.
Yes. Sniper shoots him right as he enters. That's unfortunate. She can do that. But...
So the Wolf 1 fight is a little simpler, a little easier than the Wolf 2 fight, which will be coming up in probably about, 10-15 minutes or so?
Closer like 20 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's simpler because she has fewer hiding spots. And she generally moves around faster. She doesn't hide for as long.
And it's a much wider open area.
But yeah, for Wolf 2, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Everyone's going to use the ketchup strat. No one's going to use the ninja to get out. It's too slow. Wow, these guys are getting up early. I thought that was a little too early, but okay. The single choke, very nice strat. You choke him once. You don't want to kill Johnny. He's in the future games. You can't kill him. Just lightly choke him once and then run to your stuff. Now, if they fail to do that, if they did that too slow, then Johnny would catch up to them. And you see this long cutscene of Johnny trying to stop you, but then needing to go to the bathroom. So and that loses like 10-15 seconds.
Does that make Johnny the Emma of Twin Snakes?
What does Emma do in Twin Snakes? Or
well, we have to choke. We have to choke Emma in MGS2 to make things go faster.
Yeah, that makes Johnny the Emma of MGS or Twin Snakes. So the lasers are gone now, and you can just simply roll through the thing. Yeah, Johnny's the only person you have to choke in the entire run.
What's that?
So yeah, here's they take a path called the canyon line, which every guard fails to see you, and the cameras don't see you. It's very simple.
Yep, very clean. Very, very smooth. Plywood and Aerlien making it look easy.
And it's surprising, 27 minutes in, these guys are still, like, basically tied. Within seconds of each other. Like, within a second or two of each other. This far in.
Plywood not able to stick up against the wall.
Oh, no. I cursed it.
So that's a little unfortunate. Oh,
Oh
and
no,
he gets
Ply. He's gonna get the he's gonna get because he was so slow coming out. The guard was already there, so he got shot when he went through.
Thankfully, he got the chaff off, so he won't get the alert. But
Yeah,
he's
he
got
won't
to
get
move
the
quickly.
He shouldn't get the alert.
Yeah, he's tossing his second chaff. Is it going to be in time? Is the question.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should.
there he goes.
Yeah, that should not happen.
All right, so Sylvan just passed the torture, waiting to be rescued by Otacon, while Plywood and Aerlien are headed towards the communication tower.
Yes. I don't know why Aerlien doesn't have the hanky out. Perhaps he's forgotten about it.
He is risking the wrath of the dog missile.
And he paid for it. And now he remembers once he gets hit. I told you, the rust is real.
Yeah.
Even though you have to do that in extreme as well. I don't know. But playing too much Mega Man Legends, just running right at the dots.
So that's you bring up Mega Man Legends, and that's something that is worth mentioning. Is that Twin Snakes? You guys have taken over Twin Snakes, the MML community.
Yes. Yeah, many of us are fans of because it's the MGS1 games are from the same era as Mega Man Legends, and Twin Snakes is like an ode, a tribute to the original MGS1. So we're all great fans. And, so we totally destroyed MML Mega Man Legends 1. There's really nothing more that can be done with that game. So we had to find a new game. Yeah.
So you moved your destructive talents to Twin Snakes.
Yep, that's pretty much it. And a lot of the Twin Snakes owners are expressing interest in MGS2 as well, so that might be the next place they end up.
Oh, we welcome it with wide open arms. We need some breaks. So Aerlien coming through to disc swap and Plywood. Well, they're basically high-fiving each other right there.
Oh yes, both these runners have perfected the disc swap strat. Like they have like the disc out on one hand, they have the other hand ready to pop the cover.
Very advanced speedrunning techniques.
Yes. You can't be sloppy. You can lose time because the IGT is still running, so you have to be on top of your game there. So here, they're gonna do precise stun throws to stun guards, and yeah, there's floor markers that every time they run onto a floor, you can read barely the floor number they're on, and you're gonna use those to time their throws. And the hardest one is the inward throw that's coming up here for Aerlien, which is when you throw the stun inwards. And I think Aerlien got it. Oh no, he didn't because the guard isn't stunned. You're supposed to stun both guards with the inward throw.
It's worth mentioning that they started this ascension a particular way. They threw a grenade, ricocheted off the door behind them, and then that skips a cutscene, right?
No, not in that's the original. But in this, it's just to stun the guards that are coming up.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. In the original, if you get an alert, you do skip the cutscene. However, in the MGS2 engine, if there are no guards to hear it, you can't really get an alert.
So, Plywood looks like you got that inward throw you were talking about.
Yes, Plywood got it.
So, once again, Plywood and Aerlien just really, really close. And Sylvan with a few unfortunate, like one unfortunate error and a couple of mistakes here and there and some RNG. He's still trailing behind. Still has time to make it up though.
Yes. Because of the Hindy and because of Wolf 2, both very RNG dependent fights. If he gets good RNG and Plywood or Aerlien gets bad RNG, he can still catch up. And there's other mistakes that can be made by any of these runners. So this race is not over. Anyone can win. So here, they're going to use the rope they got earlier to rappel down. Rappel is really easy in Twin Snakes. There's really no risk of losing time. There is a glitch. I don't know if they're going to go for it, but you can sort of glitch down to the bottom from the second girder. You just kind of instantly fall down. You have to run down the first one like Aerlien's doing. And then glitch down the second one.
He narrowly avoided that steam jet, which was incredible timing. And looks like he got it. Yep, there it goes. It looks suspiciously like the game is freezing, which is it's almost a mini heart attack. But
the game has frozen at this point for many runners. For some reason, that's a difficult spot for the game to load.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aerlien using the single shot and stun strat. I think Plywood's going to do the same. Oh wait.
He's
no, he's using the sniper rifle strat, which is slightly slower. I think he wanted to go for the come shot and stun strat, but then decided at the last minute to change to sniper rifle.
Yeah, Plywood has been running a ton of extreme as of late.
Yes. He was using the extreme strat instead of the normal strat, which is like 2 seconds faster. That's the case with a lot of strats for this game. That the normal strat is usually faster because it's lethal, whereas the extreme strat is non-lethal, so you have to use you don't have access to the full tool set of the game.
Yeah, and now Sylvan beginning his tower climb. And
so interestingly, Sylvan's using the M9 instead of the which is an extreme strat, but he doesn't run extreme. So, but yeah, you can shoot the guards ahead of you with the M9 and just tank the bullets from the guards behind.
Yeah, something weird that I've noticed about Twin Snakes is that auto-aim headshots happen a whole lot more often.
In this area in particular, a single M9 shot takes them out. This area has some like separate game mechanics than other areas. Like Snake climbs the stairs super fast here. He gets up in like 4 steps.
So, yeah, not much happening aside from Stairmasters. Plywood and Aerlien are across the bridge from Sylvan, but you know, still not that much separating these guys.
Yeah, lots of stairs in Twin Snakes. Probably the most stairs of any video game. Can't think of any other game that has more.
These stairs are a direct analog to MGS3's fabled ladder. I think there's almost definitely more steps than there are rungs on that ladder.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So we have the hind fight here, which is easier on normal, but more RNG dependent because he hides for longer periods of time. In extreme, he hides for much shorter periods of time. And, yeah, we kind of know where he's going to go already, so we aim beforehand.
Aerlien showing off one of the perks of the MGS2 engine here, being able to lock on after firing the missile. Couldn't do that in the first game.
Yes, this is something we're still kind of figuring out. At least I don't know the technical details behind why it happens, but yes, we call it auto lock. I don't think Aerlien doesn't have it. It's when you lock on before you even like center your aim on the target's hitbox.
So yeah, basic hind fight strats, stand in the open and tank hits.
Yeah, in normal there's 0 risk of dying here, unless you forget to equip rations. So there's no reason to move around and dodge anything, just keep shooting it. Now there is a really difficult trick here, where you can keep the hind from going into hiding if you shoot him very precisely, but we haven't been able to figure out a setup for it. So
yeah. There's a similar loop for the original. It's much easier to pull off.
Right.
It's basically timing iframes in that case.
Yes, that's pretty much what it is here as well. And Plywood discovered it because of his MGS1 knowledge, because he thought it would be applicable here too, and it was. But we've only ever seen it done once, and there's a clip of Plywood doing it.
Yeah. The thing about MGS1 versus the Twin Snakes is that the Twin Snakes, I believe, runs at a higher frame rate. I think
Yes.
I think MGS1 runs at 30, and Twin Snakes is generally around 50, 60.
Well, Twin Snakes is 60, but I don't know. I wasn't sure about what MGS1 runs at.
I
But
could
yeah,
be
that
wrong. I could be wrong. MGS1 could be a 60 frame game.
So it looks like Aerlien had the better hindsight here, and he's just emptying out his Stinger ammo so he can get a full pack.
Yeah, Plywood having a little trouble with the hind hiding on him. And Aerlien is out of there first. Plywood not too far behind, despite RNG.
Yes. Now, if Sylvan gets closer to Aerlien's RNG, he's going to catch up on Plywood. And then it's going to be a much closer race here. Oh, and since this is a race and not a PB attempt, they have to use lag reduction strats. Whereas lag doesn't matter for like a PB because it's all IGT, but in a real-time race, if you're looking at a Stinger missile blowing up, it lags the game, so you have to look away when it's blowing up.
Yeah. It's much the same with MGS2, where especially on the HD collection, that glorious smoke effect that I'm sure the designers put so much work into.
And now you have to keep in mind, this is a GameCube, which barely runs this game in the first place. So the lag reduction is really important.
Oh, Plywood bonks on the stairs downward there. So
Yes, yes, go ahead.
as Snake, you can roll down the last 2 steps in the staircase and make it just fine. But if you roll any higher than like the last 5 or so steps, he'll bonk.
Mhm.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that actually intentional here?
Yes. Well, no. The strat that Plywood is using and Aerlien is using is from MGS1, where you blow up the cameras using the grenades. So the gun cameras are supposed to be blown up, and then you can just run down. However, if you fail to blow up the gun cameras, that's when you have to backup strat is to roll down and take the intentional fall rather than get hit by the turrets. So yeah, Plywood was going for the backup. Now here, there's a very interesting normal only strat. In extreme, you would have to like headshot them with the M9, but you might remember we picked up a C4 earlier, an extra C4 in the armory, and it was for these guys. So you'll see here. Yep, there we go. Just put a C4 down at your feet, blow it up, and all 4 of them die.
Snake may be a wuss at torture, but he's made of sterner stuff than these camo guards. Or maybe he just coats himself in rations. Who knows?
Yeah, that too.
So Plywood and Aerlien both making their way towards the aforementioned Wolf 2 fight.
Yes,
So
and
RNG is going to play a huge factor in this.
Yeah, they could easily switch places after this fight, considering. Okay, so we stand on the ammo pack there, so we can spam shots at her and automatically refill our ammo once it runs out. Because ammo packs respawn when you are empty, when your clip runs out. So if you stand on one of the ammo box where it spawns, you can instantly grab it. That's what's going on here. So we can just spam shots at her, not having to worry about ammo.
Aerlien is getting some really good luck. She's running all the way across the field, not stopping,
Yes.
not hiding.
Yeah, that was a great pattern. But now she's hiding though.
Yep. And oh, I thought Plywood may have had her double back on him, which can happen. It's really
Yes.
annoying. But it turns out she's still running. And oh, there it goes. There's the double back.
Yeah, that's always the one that happens because you're trying to line up a shot and she just turns around.
Yep, that commentator's curse. Sorry, Plywood.
Oh jeez. The Hind looks to be hiding a lot of Sylvan here.
And something to note is that when the Hind goes underneath, you even if you're locked on, the missile will miss.
Yes. So from here on out, the rest of the for Alien and Plywood, there isn't much RNG, except for the liquid fight, and the execution isn't very difficult either. But there is a really risky spot in the run, and that's the rope grab. Now, for those who haven't played Twin Snakes, only played the original, you're supposed to go down to kill the rat after you drop the key. Well, in Twin Snakes, you can get there faster. You can get to the bottom faster by hanging off the side of a rail and dropping and grabbing onto just like a rope in the background and using that to get to the bottom faster. Now, in this game, we recently discovered there's a kill frame. That is, if you're mashing too hard to grab the rail, the game will kill you. So you have to like very precisely tap the I believe it's Y on GameCube. It's a ways away, so I'm just talking about it a bit earlier.
Yeah, and Plywood. I think actually both Plywood and Aerlien got knocked over. Or wait, no, Aerlien did not, but Plywood did. And,
for the guards, yes. I forgot about the elevator guards. Yeah, I should have mentioned that.
And Plywood took his revenge on the last guy's dead corpse.
Alien's showing off some backstepping here. It has absolutely no use in the run, but interesting little glitch.
Almost looks like Snake's doing the Charleston there. So, while Plywood and Aerlien are headed down to face Raven, Sylvan is also descending the comm tower B.
Yes, and he's using the grenade strat to hit the turrets.
Yep.
Oh, but he missed. And he's gonna get shot. That's the downside of the grenade strat, is if you miss, you end up losing more time than if you had just never bothered with it. Just ran down and taken the shot. So yeah, Raven is the second easiest fight in the game. No, perhaps the easiest, because you don't even have to aim. Well, yeah, Alien's moving up and down for lag reduction, but in a PB attempt, you would just look at him, tank his hits, and keep shooting with the Stinger. The final hit, though, has to be done with the SOCOM. And the reason for that is we need the SOCOM for the next part, so we kind of switched there.
Yep. It actually looks like Aerlien was targeting on the Ravens on accident and getting hits on Vulcan Raven. Vulcan Raven's hitbox is massive.
Yes, I think what he should have done is aim down when he's trying for lag reduction instead of up, because there's no other targets below, as opposed to the Ravens up there. But I don't think, no one really does lag reduction, so it's like an unused strat because it's unnecessary for PB attempts. So yeah, for the underground base here, you're supposed to headshot the guard as soon as they reach the top step of the first stairs, and if they do it right, the guard should fall over the railing, and then that's kind of important because we don't want to have to like walk over the guard. That's slower because Snake does that weird slow walking animation, kind of like respects the dead bodies or whatever.
Yeah, Snake has respect for the dead, even though he's the one who killed them.
So Aerlien got that, the guard falls over, great. Sniper Wolf's hiding on Sylvan.
Oh, he's getting a decent amount of shots in.
Yeah, now she's running straight.
Yep.
I kind of missed what Aerlien did because I was watching Sylvan, but apparently something. See, the guard died unexpectedly.
So, Plywood and Aerlien are both into the PAL card section. Very infamous in the first game, the original, due to the incredibly long backtrack. So
here, Aerlien has to be super careful when he can die here. So he has to be. He died. Oh my god. This is what I was talking about. The rope grab is notorious for killing people or for like mashing too hard or mashing at the wrong time. And
So Aerlien took the tumble. Plywood gets it on his first go. So they're basically
Yes.
tied again.
yes, it doesn't lose too much time, but it's very annoying when that happens because it's just so hard to control. And Aerlien's key goes in the water. I think Plywood's was on the not in the water. I wasn't watching.
Yeah, it went into the water, but it was right next to the platform.
Oh, okay. So both of them. If it doesn't go in the water, it's a bit faster if it stays up on the platform.
So as I was saying, in the original, the PAL key section is very, very infamous for being the long backtrack where you have to go back to the blast furnace and the frozen warehouse. But in Twin Snakes, that's a little different.
Mm-hmm. Right. In Twin Snakes, they added 2 pipes on the other end of this room that are steam and liquid nitrogen, and they can heat and cool the card for you, so you don't have to go to the warehouse and sit around. Or the blast furnace, which is even further away. You have to go up that damn cargo elevator and then back down again, which is...
You know, the silliest part about this entire section on the original game is that you could optimize it, but the game won't let you. You have to do it in order.
Yes. That sucks.
So you can't go to the furthest one first. You have to go into the warehouse before the blast furnace.
Yes, if you go to the pipes and shoot them before you even drop the key, I believe they don't even change the key. That your key stays the same because the game hasn't told you about the keys just yet, so you can't actually freeze or heat them. It's only after Otacon explains it that you can magically get the ability to change them.
Plywood missed the roll up the stairs. That's one tiny little chance for Aerlien. catch another couple of seconds off of him.
Yes. Plywood generally likes to go for safer strats. I mean, that's not much of a safe strat, but Plywood likes consistency. And Aerlien is known for his very YOLO, aggressive speedrunning, which is why he has many world records.
Yeah. And SylvanEd coming up on his Raven fight. So we'll see some more lag reduction.
Yes.
He is standing a fair bit closer, but he does manage to avoid the blast radius.
Yeah, that is a bit too close, I would say. Perhaps that is faster because the missile's flight time is reduced. That's interesting.
Lines up the headshot, and Raven's done for. So he'll be moving on to the underground base on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Plywood and Aerlien just heated up their card, and they're going to be inputting the final sequence and fighting Rex.
Yes, and before that, the infamous super long call from Naomi right here. It's going to be about 30 seconds. So, bathroom breaks or whatever at this point for anyone.
So while we've got the opportunity, we should probably mention the strats they'll use for Rex. I've come to know that there is some sort of it's not quite a magic pixel, but there's a specific position they want to be standing in to avoid most of Rex's damage while just pumping stingers into the radome and the cockpit.
Yes, but before that, they're going to do something called the call frame, which is they're going to call Otacon to open the door before the door even closes. Which is really interesting. Like Snake will demand Otacon open the door, and it's not even closed yet. You'll see that. It's called the call frame. It's very easy. But yes, for Rex, there's a specific spot you can stand in where his missiles are. You're too close to be hit by the missiles, but too far for him to laser you. So he just keeps using the machine gun turrets, and they don't do anything. So, Plywood didn't get the call, but Aerlien. Well, no, both of them did. Never mind. Yeah, they called him before it even closed. Yeah, but yeah, so they're gonna run to the magic spot, and Rex, if they're in the right spot, Rex will only shoot turrets and missiles, and the missiles won't hit. So, and the turrets don't stun you, so or don't knock you over, I should say.
And they're also going to be juggling iframes.
Yes.
So this fight can be optimized a whole ton.
So I think both of them have the right spot. Like they'll know if they have if Rex does lasers, they'll instantly move because they know that they're too close. Yeah, they got it. Yeah,
Very
blue is
clean
probably
fight.
the only one that does the laser dodge strat, and it is silly. There's no reason to do that. There's absolutely none.
After Zanzibar land, I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive,
Now we have to hear
truly dead,
Gray Fox
undying shadow in
speak his last words here. Very iconic.
but soon
No, I can't do it.
it will finally end.
In fact, Aerlien shaking his head no there. Sylvan had almost lost his Palki in the water, but thankfully
Yes,
found it.
that can't happen. You have to watch very carefully where it drops. You can't just expect to pick it up easily. So here for Rex 2, you have to stand in the same spot and shoot at him. He's unable to hit you, which is, you know, I don't know if that's intended or not, but that's how this game is.
I cannot recall if there's a similar magic spot for MGS1.
I mean, if a game should have a magic spot, it shouldn't be where you spawn, right? You should have to move to it at least. But
Yeah.
in Twin Snakes, it's literally where you spawn for X2. Okay, so for the liquid fight, they're both going to go for, I'm sure, a trick that's considered very difficult. It's called the lottery roll because it's so difficult that it might as well be the lottery. But yeah, we're gonna manipulate him into the corner and then roll into him, hoping to hit him multiple times in a single roll.
All right.
That does half his health bar.
Well, they both got Plywood and Aerlien both kind of got mini lottery rolls.
Yes.
It didn't quite do as much damage, but they did
Yes.
do multiple contact hits.
Yes, they didn't get the full lottery roll, which will like instantly drop him down to half his health or more, or less rather.
Plywood actually goes for a second attempt in Liquid's third phase, in which he's just going to throw haymakers left and right.
Yes, that's how you're supposed to handle him in the final phase. It's just cycle him, because if you kick him, he falls down. It takes forever to get up. So yeah, Plywood finishes that way earlier.
Yeah, it's a very good Liquid fight from Plywood. Aerlien having a little bit of trouble, but
Hurry!
he's going to manage to do this just fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, he'll get through the fight, but unfortunately for Aerlien, there's not much else that can save him time over Plywood. Unless Plywood's escape goes disastrously wrong. Like, the worst it's ever been. There's really no chance.
And it's commendable to note that despite all the setbacks in Sylvan's run, he is basically only like maybe a segment behind these guys.
Yes. Oh yeah. If you take out the game over that you had, you would be neck and neck, perhaps even ahead.
Yeah, so he's done a very good job of keeping pace, not getting overly flustered.
Yes.
Now I didn't see his card, but I think he just did his second input. I'm not sure, but I think he might have just frozen his card again. Okay, no, he did it up. Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to see it when you're jumping off. I don't think it updates the graphic fast enough if you do it super fast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I've had that like double take. Like sometimes like, oh, did I do it or not? And realize you did.
So if you guys watch the GDQ Twin Snakes Extreme run by Plywood, you'll notice that they're doing something a little different. They're not actually waiting for these guards to stand by the barrels.
Yeah.
In so much as they're just trying to kill these guys quickly so they can move on.
Yeah, in Extreme, there's like a weird ethics of who killed the guard. If you shoot the barrel, you didn't technically kill the guard. It doesn't count as a kill on your part, so you're still big boss. You know, you shot the barrel that blew them up. And if you like knock a guard over a railing, it leads to their death. You didn't kill them, but the fall killed them. It's weird. the weird ethics of Kojima at play here. Yeah, in normal we don't care about any of that. We kill them the fastest way possible.
All right, so escape is less on its nose than it might seem. There is a hidden health bar mechanic at play, so these guys are looking for what they call transition hits.
Yeah, and Plywood's almost done. Yeah, he is done. He doesn't hit the timer. Oh, they're gonna hit the timer on the score screen, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's what they said in the race chat.
Right, but Plywood is essentially done. There's no more like gameplay left for him. But yeah, there's a hidden health bar. You land hits on him as often as you can. Yeah, Aerlien not too far behind. Like I said, Aerlien is rusty. He's the world record holder, but I predicted this.
Oh,
The rusty.
Sylvan dodging the lasers like a champion on his Rex 1. Sorry, MGS2 on the brain. I almost called it Ray.
The problem with the laser dodge strat is you have to juggle 2 balls at once. Like it's if you do it perfectly, it's not slower. It's the same. It's just you're having to do 2 things instead of just having to focus on one.
All right, so Plywood and Aerlien both technically done, though they're just going to wait for the results screen. And Sylvan not too far behind. He's just got Rex 2, Liquid Fistfight, and Escape to go.
Now, something could happen here where even though Aerlien finished second, he might come out closer in IGT or even further ahead because of the way IGT in this game works. Like they might have done different lag reduction strats. So, I mean, races are real time, so it would still be Plywood winning, but that would be interesting. Sylvan's locking onto the eyes. Unfortunately, that's very unfortunate when that happens. You want to lock onto Liquid in the center.
Oh, he's having a rough go of it.
Yeah, if that happens, he's likely to hit you. But Sylvan has rations, so it's not like extreme where you die if that happens, but it still slows down the fight considerably.
And Rex jiggling around when he fires the missiles is also causing him to lose the lock on the cockpit there. But he does eventually get through Rex 2. So, very well done.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think if you move even slightly left or right when you're aiming, it picks the eyes. You have to like move straight up and down when you're in the Stinger view. Now, I know Sylvan's been practicing the liquid fight a lot, so there's a chance he might get the lottery roll and show it off here. So yeah, manipulate liquid to the corner, and then...
Not quite.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
He does have a second chance here, and gets another kind of half lottery roll there. So, not the worst. Not the worst thing, rather.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
He is dodging these. He's dodging these hands like a pro. So yeah, the practice is showing.
Yes. For a lot of runners who started running this game, this is where most of their time save is going to be, because casual does not prepare you to fight liquid in a fast way. Like most casuals will fight this really poorly. Oh, he shouldn't have kicked there. Cycle it with punches. Yeah, we kind of know when his HP is low enough that we can't kick him.
All right, and that's his fist fight, good and dusted.
Nice.
And again, one more time, we got a hidden health bar, boss fight coming up after a brief escape.
Mm-hmm. I really feel they should have made that fight harder. That escape sequence is so easy that it kind of makes Liquid look like he's not that, not that great of a rival for Snake, because
well, I mean,
you kind of sleep through that one.
I mean, to be fair, you are pumping how many machine gun rounds directly into his bare chest? And he's just like, nah, I'm not dead, yo. So, Sylvan picking up the safety ration. And off they go to the races. So for that first gate, all you have to do is hit the explosive barrels, and it'll just blow open the gate, and you can move on to the escape
Yes.
proper.
Now, yeah, for testing, I've hacked in like a FAMAS and then tried to shoot the barrels myself. And the gate does open, but the car doesn't move through and you can't go through, so it's a soft launch.
Oh, that's such a shame.
I mean, you couldn't have a weapon there anyway, so, but if you could,
Right.
it still wouldn't help.
Sylvan's actually going for the extreme strat for that second checkpoint there. Opting to go for the explosive kill rather than shooting the guy.
That might be a case of him doing what he sees Plywood doing, but it's in fact slower on normal because Plywood mostly runs extreme.
Mm-hmm. And Plywood coming up on the end of his credits. Once SylvanEd finishes up his escape, we'll see if we can't get Plywood and Aerlien in for a couple of words.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if we can't get Sylvan as well.
Snake.
Mhm.
Whether you've been programmed or not isn't important.
This is pretty well run by everyone. This is a really competent run. I mean, they're all going to end up
And then
just barely like over an hour for Sylvan and
Yes, sir.
perhaps a little under an hour for Plywood and Alien,
It was wiped out.
which is
Yes.
really good times for normal.
Thanks to the vaccine. Yeah.
Considering that Alien hadn't run in a while, he got the laser rolls fine. Very difficult.
Fox die should be
Strat.
completed soon.
All
Fought
right.
the ninjas very well. So well done by everyone.
All right. So that's Ed's escape done. Aerlien and Plywood just about out of the post credits scene.
They've all been deleted from the base's computer.
And let me just
No, sir.
send a quick message to Plywood.
Intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all.
All right. I just got confirmation that they're going to wait until the score to join the channel here. So just a few more moments for that.
Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir. I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes, sir.
So this is a very good time to mention that
Who knows that you were the third one?
we are making an announcement here today. I'll wait until Plywood and Aerlien join the channel.
Yes, sir.
But we do have an
Okay.
announcement for everybody
The surveillance will continue.
regarding the MGSR Twitch channel here.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I wasn't aware of this.
Plywood in the SRL chat has got done with his RTA time of 106.46. In-game time of 56.26. Says it's a PB by about 20 seconds.
Is it really? Wow, I didn't even realize. Yeah, all that extreme running. Yeah, obviously he was going to PB in normal because his normal PB didn't even have the ninja strat.
And then there's Aerlien coming in on SRL at 107.17 with an in-game time of 56.41. 15
spread.
seconds apart.
I see. Okay. Very nice.
So, very good runs. Very, very good runs.
Yeah, 56 is like nothing to sneeze at. It's a super, super good time. I think only the top 3 runners have 56s or better.
All right, and we're joined by the men themselves, Plywood and Aerlien. How you guys doing?
Greetings.
Good.
It's a pretty fun run.
So, Plywood, PB, congrats.
Thanks.
That looked a little dicey in spots, but you pulled it out.
Yeah. The building was not quite what I envisioned. But yeah, it was pretty good.
And Aerlien coming in with all them swag strats, catching a dog missile for that handkerchief mistake.
That's what cost him the race.
Dying certainly didn't help. But
Yeah, and taking the plunge. So, Aerlien, you're part of the Mega Man Legends crew. You, Furry. I know there's someone I'm forgetting here.
Blue Metal.
Blue Metal. Yep, thank you. You guys came over from the Legends community, and I was kind of talking with Furry over the commentary track about it. Like, what exactly made you guys look at Twin Snakes and be like, yeah, that's the next project for us?
Well, I was like the last one of the Legends boys to really learn about the Twin Snake shenanigans that were happening, because Plywood and Tyler were working on normal finally after all the runs of normal doing extreme strats. They were finally optimizing it, and it sort of rekindled my interest in the game, because I sort of forgot how much I actually love the Twin Snakes, and especially how much I love doing like swag strats and stuff casually. So kind of just incorporated that into Speed. I think it's a really fun run.
Yeah, you make it look really good. All you guys on the channel today have put together a good case for Twin Snakes speedrunning.
If you want a little bit of a history of how Twin Snakes saw its resurgence, Twin Snakes was kind of dead for a while. No one was running it really before 2017, and after we kind of broke Legends so much, like we couldn't optimize it any further. I looked at the Twin Snakes run, and it looked to me like there were a lot of things that could be faster. It didn't look to me as a thing, because Caleb had the run that was supposedly the world record, and his run had like he went through the wrong vent. He went like upstairs on helipad. Before I even ran the game, I knew that was slow, just from like my casual experience. This couldn't possibly be a good world record. So I started looking into different strats and optimizing, and then we hit a sub-hour. Blue got the first sub-hour normal, and then we kept pushing it. Now the world record's at 54:40. It's unbelievable, but it's kind of how it started.
I hearing that number 5440, that is, aside from MGS1's PC port, that is the fastest a mainline MGS game is.
Yeah, and when I first picked it up, the world record was a 102, so we took it down 8 minutes off of that. And Caleb is no slouch. He was trying to go fast. He beat all the other times up to that point, so we did a lot with this game.
Yeah, you guys sure have. And SylvanEd has joined us also in the channel. How you doing after that run?
I'm all right.
So had a little unfortunate business going on, but you kept in it. You kept your head in the game, and congratulations for that.
Dude,
very, very, very well done.
That nuke building, you gotta have the second shaft.
Where I roll into the wall. I even make sure I hold like top left for like a split second, so I make sure I definitely hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Roll kind of screwed it up all the time.
Wait, did you roll too? You roll on the wall like I did?
Yep.
Oh no.
And the second guard, I don't know what. There's the second guard that screwed me over too. I don't know why he didn't see me normally.
Yeah, I did that as well, but he threw a second shaft to kind of keep things, from getting too bad. So you got to use that backup shaft if you feel like you're not going to get in the elevator in time.
I should have played safe and threw a second shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MGS games are known for their almost requirement for improvisational skills. So I mean, even despite that, like I said, you kept it. You're only about seven-ish minutes behind, and that is fantastic for what you went through between RNG and these little mishaps here and there, and continue in the nuke building.
Yeah. I didn't have a
you have to
great
keep in mind.
IND fight.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was hiding a lot.
Had-
We have to keep in mind, Aerlien and Plywood are like, I've been running this for over a year now, and a lot. They've grinded a lot, so just getting close to them is very impressive.
I wanted my run to be a little bit close to it, at least, but it was a good run.
Congratulations. So Plywood, we've let the other two speak a little bit. How about you? What are your plans? You've recently got the sub 58 on, or sorry, you got a 58 on.
Oh my god,
stream.
I got sub 58 at me.
Yeah, you got the 58.
Yeah.
And now you've PB'd on normal. What's the next step for Mr. Plywood?
Oh, clearly we gotta beat Aerlien's very easy run. That run, I don't know how far very easy can go, but I mean, I know we can improve that a little bit. I kind of want to get a 55 because it seems like insanely free since I got I screwed up the nuke building and fell on my ass. So I think I probably could manage a 55, but we'll see. At the very least, I want to get a new VE PB.
Nice.
So we can push that category a little bit, I guess. And yeah, I'm almost finished with running this game for a bit because this game is a lot of fun. It's super addicting, and like playing on normal is a huge relief from playing on extreme for months on end because I just have a lot of free time saved from my old PB because of strat changes and et cetera, et cetera. Because I didn't even know. I knew that I split on a 58. Like my end split was at a 58, but I didn't know if I was actually going to PB. But lo and behold, even with like weird, like I don't remember my menus and all that stuff, I still could improve it a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up on Twin Snakes very shortly. Put it to rest for a bit. Well deserved rest. Because even though this game is awesome, it's also kind of like a trap at high level. It's a give and take. What I'm really excited for is Sylvan getting his sub hour because I know he's really close for that. And I
10 seconds.
have 11 seconds. I have all the faith that you'll get there. So I'm really looking forward to that, getting a new member of the sub hour club for this game.
Yeah, sounds like very exciting times for Twin Snakes in general.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Twin Snakes, it's one of the better speed runs I've ever done, period. So, like, as far as enjoyability is concerned, it's so fast, it's brutal, it's cruel, but it's got the highest highs and the lowest lows. That's kind of how Twin Snakes is. Yeah, looking forward to seeing new blood come into Twin Snakes at some point. I know it's kind of hard to get this game because of its expense, but pretty awesome. The other thing I want to announce to everyone who's here is that this channel will be doing a marathon the weekend of the 11th. So August 11th through 12th, there will be a marathon on this stream. Submissions are open at the MGSR Discord, and that will be supporting Tyler 2022 funeral costs for his family. So do look forward to that. It's going to be a really sick marathon. I think we're going to aim for a full day, straight day, 24 hours insanity. 24-hour insanity. I'm sure it's going to be swell. So look forward to that, everyone.
Nice.
And I mean, we enjoy putting on a show for you guys, and we look forward to seeing you all there.
Strafe saying we need to go 48. That's all dependent on submissions and how far we want to go. I was thinking we do 12 to 24 because last time was like 20, 22, 24. The 2022 hour experience, yeah. That's like 2 weeks or something. No, it's even more than 2 weeks. That's like a month. That's crazy.
So yeah, that's the big announcement. We have marathon in 2 weeks time ish. We'll also continue to be bringing you either weekly or bi-weekly showcase races as well. So keep a lookout for that. Follow the channel if you haven't already to get notifications for when it goes live. And any closing words from anybody?
GG's,
do it again.
guys.
Yeah, dude, it was super exciting how close we were, like throughout. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought I was gonna get smacked across the face. So the fact that it was that close, any race in NGS1, whether it's Twin Snakes or GS1, that ends with like being that close at the Jeep chase is just crazy. Nail biter conclusion.
Make a VOD out of this, right? I want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, this is my freaking PB, of course. I didn't record it too. I was like, halfway through, I'm like, man, this is a pretty good run. And I'm like, wait, I'm not recording.
Just upload the race one.
Race mod.
One of
Alright.
these is the PB.
Yes. Just focusing on the corner. And shouts again to Chusa for and Roy for helping out with tech in the background. Can't have the operation without the operators, so thank you.
Absolutely. So
Nice.
for all of us here at MGSR, for myself, I've been Pythonicus, not Plywood. Man, if only I was Plywood.
Thinking
But
face.
I've been Pythonicus. He's been Furry, and of course our racers, Plywood, Sylvan, and Aerlien. On behalf of all of us, as well as our tech crew, Truza and Roy, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care. Cheers.
Have a good one.
Later.